Welcome to Wrestling in Mom's Basement. This is the Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and 205 Live review video for the week of August 6th. Of course, I'm Patrick Young. This guy to my right is a missile, Joe Venuta.
Thank you.
Like the Mae Young classic.
Classic.
I am a missile. I am there's words to it. Who cares?
We'll get straight to it with the Raw review. Raw opened up with Kurt Angle and Constable Corbin arriving.
Yeah. It's pretty much the normal opening segment. It really was just a way for Corbin and Roman to essentially have their match to open up the show. To me.
This is basically a big rehash of last week. More Angle and Corbin arguing, Angle stumbling over his own words, and then the gif of the big dog versus the Constable.
Yeah.
Meh.
They also seem. I don't think it's anything anyone plays on, but it always seems like the opening promo, it literally rehashes everything right after they have a video package to open up the show.
Are you saying so?
There already rehashes everything.
Are you talking about Raw?
Mainly Raw.
Oh, you mean like that? You mean like how Angle or Roman opened our week too?
Yeah.
Maybe Stephanie.
And they pretty much explain everything that happened last week after video package explaining what happened last week.
Well, just in case you need to know what happened. In case unless you have short-term memory.
But we seen what happened already. Just get to the point and go.
Well, they did. After Angle stumbled, we got the big dog, Roman Reigns versus Constable Corbin.
For me, it actually may have been match of the night.
Jeez, this one's been a big night.
You have no idea. Yeah, to me, I thought it was the best wrestled match of the night. And maybe not the most enjoyable. Maybe it comes much later. But I thought this was overall the best match of the night. Wasn't really anything special. Corbin ended up going 20 minutes with Roman. Because, Corbin's the best wrestler on Raw that you'd give 20 minutes to.
2 weeks in a row.
2 weeks in a row. But yeah, I think it was probably the best structured match on Raw.
Okay. It was a really long, lethargic, and painfully okay match.
In reality, it was just okay, but I think it actually may have been the best one on Raw.
And worst of all, the Balor versus Corbin will continue.
Yes.
And Corbin should not be working 18-minute TV matches.
Yeah.
Up next, Bobby Roode defeating Mojo Rawley.
Yeah, not a good match by any standard. I'm not complaining that Bobby Roode won, but if Bobby Roode won, what was the point of the feud? What was the point of Mojo's little mini push?
No matter how hyped he's not being, Bobby Roode will always be more gloriously hyped.
And anyway, not a good match. Not a good match at all.
This was not good. Bordering on bad, actually. Considering the two in ring towels that were in there, you respectfully said 3-4 star match. From Bobby and Mojo. You expect like a 3-4 star match.
No. No one ever expects that from Mojo.
There was nothing happen, and there was no heat, and basically just I forgot to put in the Elias and Lashley segment, but okay. I'm next. Unless you want to talk about that.
It honestly wasn't any different from last week. This time it was just Lashley standing tall, wasn't he?
He's still tall last week, too.
I stood tall last week, too. I don't care about the feud, so.
He didn't sing this week.
Oh. It's an improvement.
Up next, Razor defeated Titus O'Neil.
Not a good match. Pretty much a short match, and at least AOP didn't have a member getting a pin this week.
By the way, this new recap style, I didn't even try to be spiteful. There was really nothing to talk about on this show.
Yeah.
I just wanted to recap, so it's so short.
Yeah.
Well, at least Razor didn't lose.
You You would think they'd put more into their show with their second biggest pay-per-view of the year coming up.
Yeah. At least Razor didn't lose. But the AOP are such a day act to complete shit booking. No fault of their own, and WWE has given the fans their reason to care. Shocker. Up next, the Kevin Owens show.
Yeah, Kevin Owens did his promo and called out Jinder Mahal as his guest with Sunil. Pretty much in a runaround way, Owens announces that he went to Kurt Angle or Corbin. I think it might have been Corbin. Yeah, that Jinder's going to have a match with Braun Strowman. And then Braun Strowman lifts up the stage and throws everybody off.
I want to compliment myself. First I'll do the bad. That was a long way to get to Braun's latest stunt and match.
Yeah.
It was a segment. I will say Owens was solidly entertaining. But it really didn't have a lot to work with.
Yeah, it wasn't really much.
But he was entertaining. The rest of it, no.
Yeah.
Up next, Braun Strowman... Jinder Mahal defeated Braun Strowman.
But more of a match than it probably should have been.
It was 1 minute and 48 seconds.
But it was pretty much Kevin Owens trying to steal the Money in the Bank briefcase, and then Braun Strowman running around trying to catch him while being counted out.
I think this was DQ, right? He hit Jinder with the briefcase when he called the briefcase.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, you're clearly talking about what happened last week. They wanted you to hear your opinions on this week. It's not like it's the same show every week. No, this week was worse than last week.
This show had no substance.
Yeah, this was worse than last week, which is amazing.
Yeah.
I will say it's all uphill from here, but I don't know.
I hope it's all uphill from here.
They are trying to show that Strowman can lose via DQ or count out to play into the SummerSlam simulation. Unfortunately, I just don't care at all. It was just a rerun of last week's angle.
Yeah. Just this time DQ.
Up next, Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler defeated Seth Rollins. For some reason, I almost said Chad Gable. I don't know why. Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler defeated Seth Rollins, not Chad Gable.
Apparently, Chad Gable was somehow in the match.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do like seeing Seth, Dolph, and Drew together. However, it's kind of getting a little stale at this point. Like they're just relying.
I'm confused why the match don't have a gimmick. At least.
Yeah.
It should at least have somebody add in. But I mean, at the very least, should have a gimmick. Because how do you go from an Iron Man match to a singles?
Exactly.
Match.
Or at least change it up and make it a tag match or something where Seth actually,
well, they don't
has an opponent this time.
They don't want to bring Dean or Jordan back yet.
And why the hell not?
Because Raw won't know how to use them either.
That's a good point, actually.
Yeah, I agree with Pound the Steel part. I thought it was a match didn't like that. It was pretty good, and Rollins showed great fire before losing. And if you want more emphasis, I can't give you more. Pound, vouch for me. Look at my...
I'll read you exactly what it says. This match was pretty good, and Rollins showed great fire before losing. That's it.
They teased Dean, but they made sure to give your hopes up right away when Cole was forced to say, Seth Rollins' shield mate, Dean Ambrose, it will not be him. Well, interest I had, it's just went far away.
You could have thrown anybody on that Raw roster and just go, yeah, I'm not interested.
Right. But the one person that will gain anybody's interest and probably got the biggest pop of the night
would have been Dean.
Right, but they made sure to... They didn't even want to tease you with it. They didn't even want to get your hopes up.
Yeah.
I just think we should be thankful.
Person in second place probably would have been Tyler Breeze, actually.
Oh, Christopher Breezes?
Yes.
That might have been the third best part of the show.
Yes. Third?
That might have been the second best part of the show.
Yeah, it probably was.
Up next, the B Team and Revival went to no contest when Bray and Matt appeared.
Yeah, so...
And Axel and one of the Revival disappeared.
Alright, so Matt's retirement rumors seem to be a little premature at best.
But his pelvis and his back are in the middle, just to clarify.
In case you want to know about Matt Hardy's pelvis.
Yeah, well, it's not in the frame, or it's in the middle of his body.
Yeah, it was a new tag match going on Raw, which they probably should have saved for a pay-per-view. But we're more than likely ending up with a triple threat.
But not the pay-per-view, that's happened actually. They did
That's right, yeah. That's right, they did announce that.
This was nothing of a match to set up a multi-man tag that I can't imagine that anyone wants to see. The Revival win on Monday, right?
I really hope so. That's the only thing that would pique my interest.
Here was the third best thing on the show. Not the match. Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan defeated Bayley, Sasha Banks. Imagine they did each brand some women's tag team championship. You'll be seeing this match every week. I mean, you already are. I mean, you'll see every week. Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan defeated Bayley and Sasha Banks.
Yeah, the match really wasn't anything to write home about. However, the thing to write home about is that Ruby Riott returns and helps the Riott Squad get the victory over Liv and Sarah. Or, I'm sorry, Sasha and Bayley. Yeah, that's probably the best talking point. We at least have another solid worker that anybody can work with in the women's division.
Yeah, nothing got you.
Yeah, I got nothing for this match, honestly.
It was a solid tag thing.
That has happened about 36 weeks in a row.
No, I think the stats were like...
It may have a longer streak than Nitro had against Raw.
No, my old series is, I think it was something like... What was it, 7 of the last 12 or 13 weeks has been this variation of Smash. And the other 5-6 weeks was Ember against Liv and Sarah.
Oh god.
What?
They have no idea what they're doing.
Well, SmackDown 25 Live NXT though.
They're not them.
These people?
Yeah. This can't be the same booking team.
The second half was better than the first half of the match. There you go.
Because the second half of the match is Ruby Riott returning.
And the return of Ruby, which is a welcome return, as Sarah and Liv felt completely lost without her.
Yeah.
I will say they felt useless, but they kind of already are. So, they felt completely lost without her.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't put up a down for it because there was much to say about Paul Heyman's promo. It doesn't even long. It was the best part of the show.
It was far and away the best part of the show.
Yeah.
Just Heyman adding another facet to the relationship of him and Lesnar, and we'll see how that turns out. Probably coming really soon.
Yeah, and in the main event, Alicia Fox, yes. Ronda Rousey defeated Alicia Fox.
Yeah, let's have that sink in. Alicia Fox was the main event of Raw.
Okay.
So if Raw actually sounded like it sucked, Alicia Fox was the main event of Raw. I like the energy Ronda brought. However, Alicia sort of wasn't in any place to actually be in the ring with her. Natalya and Alexa just kind of...
They were all over the place.
Yeah.
They were out of place on the outside.
Yeah.
They were like getting cameraman's way. I don't know what they were doing.
Yeah. The rest of the segment wasn't good, but I did like Ronda's fire.
As far as the match goes, it was filled with too much whatever the hell was going on. But there's no denying that Ronda comes off as a megastar. And she carries herself like one. It was an overall good segment. Not the match. The segment was good enough afterwards to set up this SummerSlam match. One of the few good things on the show.
Yeah.
And this week's episode of Raw was just another show to get through. They only have one more week this Monday to hype SummerSlam, and that Monday show really felt like it missed the mark in terms of creating excitement for the show, I think.
Yeah. for a show that's leading up to SummerSlam, there was no substance to it. It didn't feel like a connecting show at all. Like, you don't expect a major pay-per-view to come up after this. There was no urgency or anything.
Again, there's some small things to build a pay-per-view, but a lot of it was flat and uninspired.
Yeah.
There was no good wrestle on the show. Even the matches I said were okay were literally just okay. There was no good matches on the show. Yeah. And the only really good things were the Heyman promo and Ronda's performance in the main event. Other than that, it was another role that felt about 13 hours long. Especially when you watch it by yourself. Can't even interact with people on social media. They just leave you hanging by yourself and let you watch and die. At least you can fast forward the commercials when you watch.
No, I can't actually.
Oh, you can't? No. You yours? No. Oh, never mind then. At least you got to suffer the same fate.
Why? The commercials were the best part.
SmackDown live kicked off with Randy Orton talking.
Yeah, Orton just healing it up. He seems rejuvenated with his heel run and his viciousness. I'm really like what I'm seeing from this heel run of Randy Orton.
Yeah, I'm thinking Orton's heel turn so far. He feels motivated. I like he's had being heel, which he reportedly wanted for some time. Never thought we would be saying this, but if he keeps up on this pace, he may be the one that you want to be AJ for the WWE Championship.
Probably is. I mean, he keeps on referencing Too Sweet.
Yeah. It feels like he's going to move from Jeff to Brian to AJ. That's what it feels like. He's going to take out all the heroes. Up next, Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch defeat Peyton Royce and Billie Kay.
I thought it was a solid tag match. Oddly, one we haven't really seen yet.
Which is impressive for woman tags.
Yeah. However, it was relatively short, and like half of it happened during the commercial break. Timing probably could have worked it out a little better, but did you honestly expect Peyton and Billie to actually beat Charlotte and Becky? Methinks not.
It was an okay match. It was a little clunky in spots, but it was expected and right result. Up next, AJ talks.
Rebuffs pretty much. AJ rebuffs Samoa Joe, and we get shots of Samoa Joe sitting backstage watching the promo. Pretty much AJ, almost like the exact opposite, on face it up against Samoa Joe. Pretty much you're getting behind AJ the man as a character.
Right.
It should still be interesting to see what him and Samoa Joe do at SummerSlam.
This was a very good promo from AJ, and felt like an appropriate response to Joe's promo last week, as AJ has some good fire here. Next, Zelina Vega defeated Lana.
And another match I booked for SmackDown. It's 2 weeks in a row.
Same match.
Yeah, and take that, Lana. You lost both weeks. It was almost the same match, maybe a tad bit different parts.
More decisive finish.
Yeah.
With the meteor.
Kind of also funny too, how Lana flipped back into the ring.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was it kind of looked like late timing, and she sort of like slowly flipped into the ring. But other than that, I actually enjoyed the match.
Yeah, this is all about continuing the drama between the 5 involved here: Zelina Andrade, Aiden, Rusev, and Lana. So that worked in that regard. But the match was short. And it wasn't technically a good match as much as it was entertaining.
Yeah.
I hope Lana takes Alexa and Carmella to the Performance Center with her, so she can teach them how to fall on her back.
Yeah.
And I don't care if I'm the only one in the community saying that Lana's a better wrestler than both those twists. Next, an exclusive interview with The Miz.
I did really like the segment. Pretty much Miz on TV is usually a very good thing, especially nowadays. However, the one thing I probably would have held off on is Bryan getting his hands and started punching Miz. I would have actually held off on that because for the longest time, Bryan has been
Right.
saying to Miz, the thing I wouldn't want him to do most is just punch you in the face. I would have held that off to the match.
So, I know what you mean. Like, you had to tackle him, but had a guards game right away. And it had Miz.
Yeah, like maybe tackle him, the guards, and then Miz start doing the punching.
And then for the vase. Yeah.
Or maybe like he shoves them away, guards start
Right, yeah.
like struggling even more, then he gets the base and hits him.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I just thought Bryan getting the physical advantage, or at least punching Miz in the face.
Right.
I think it was just a little too soon.
Yeah, overall, I think it was very good stuff, though. Miz continues to be a completely unlikable asshole, and Bryan's attack, while I also don't agree with it, was well done. It had great intensity, and Miz got one over on dice of his security moves.
Yeah.
Up next, non-title match, U.S. Champion Shinsuke Nakamura defeat R-Truth.
The amazing thing is, R-Truth did not have to pin Carmella for this match.
No.
It was the segment that set up this match where R-Truth...
Literally, I haven't laughed like that in a long time on main roster today.
Yeah. R-Truth ran in, demanded a title shot.
Yeah, they need to keep Lost R-Truth around for a while.
Yeah. And I would also keep him with Ty, too. Ty seems to play off it pretty well.
Yeah. And Truth understood Japanese, but he couldn't tell us what he said.
But yeah, it was pretty much a squash match. Nakamura gets the win going to SummerSlam.
Yeah, it was okay. And Truth put more of a fight than expected, but Nakamura still dominated. Could have easy win. Up next, the Bludgeon Brothers defeated 3 very strange looking people. I will always say this, I don't know where SmackDown finds their enhancement talents at.
Yeah.
I remember one time Carmel be a woman from the 50s. 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. I did not know where they find her.
Yeah, it was a squash match.
One was like Tamatanga. like in 4 years. One fat and gray.
Yeah, very very unique looking jobbers, to say the least. But yeah, it was a Bludgeon Brothers squash match, pretty much showing their dominance to whoever would win the tournament later that night.
Yeah, it was a fine bludgeoning from our champions.
Yes.
And the event, tag team tournament finals, the New Day, Kofi and Big E defeat the Bar.
For me, this was match of the week. I thought it had the excitement of the crowd all behind it. And the Bar and New Day have very good chemistry together. All their tag matches on Raw last year were very good, and I thought this is a nice addition to their rivalry.
I was going to say they never wrestled each other with Sean Raw. They didn't, to be fair. That was 2 years ago now.
Alright, 2 years ago. My bad.
To be fair, New Day was on SmackDown.
Alright, fine. The year before.
Year and a half to be exact.
The year before last.
Half a year before last.
Okay. Well, anyway, they had a great rivalry some point in the recent history.
Yeah, this was my match that we said. It was a great match, and easily well, I don't want to say easily the best thing on the show, but it was the strongest part of the show. For me.
Yeah.
They got a lot of time. They busted their asses and delivered a great match with a hot crowd that was in the everything, especially the closing, not the cling stretch, as I put. The closing stretch. I don't know who was clinging.
Cling stretch.
What the fuck is going on? But,
he doesn't know how to work his own laptop.
Great work by all. Yeah, this is episode SmackDown was a real good show. Continuing a string of effective shows building to SummerSlam. Unlike Raw, the good stuff as SummerSlam build elements are easy to see and appreciate. Orton cut a very good promo and seems extremely happy to be a heel again. Charlotte and Becky won their match with these issues ahead of SummerSlam. And their title match, Vega vs. Lana, wasn't good in the ring, but they continued to establish angle between all involved. AJ cut a very good promo and introduced promo for last week and continued to build to their title match. The Bryan Miz segment was very good. The squashes for the champions were fine for Nakamura, and the Blood Roars were fine for them. And the main event was great. The SmackDown side of SmackDown. Oh Jesus! The SmackDown side of SummerSlam, not SmackDown side, is vastly more interesting, I think, than Raw's.
Yes, it is.
No, I'm serious.
Yes, it is.
No, I'm serious.
I know.
As a paying person going,
I know.
I do think so.
I know.
I agree.
I agree.
Yeah, it's vastly more interesting than the Raw side, and the build has been much better. So, They feel like they're in a groove right now, and I'm making the most of their rebuild. On 205 Live kicked off this week with Kalisto, Buddy Murphy and Tony's defeating Kalisto and Lindsay Dorado.
Yeah, I thought it was a good match. It's been a long sort of road to get to this point, where they actually had a tag match for the two teams.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also impressed that Tony Nese actually picked up the win.
Yeah.
I've actually liked Tony Nese since before the Cruiserweight Classic.
Yeah.
When he
Was
worked
like $5
shows
to meet.
Yes, when he was $5 to meet.
Now he's
and
free.
he was odds are putting on the best match at House Hardcore.
Now he's free to meet.
Yeah.
And we haven't met him yet anymore.
No.
How interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, this was good fun and action-packed opener. With the heels sneaking away with the win via cheating, and this feud will continue. They showed good chemistry here, so I'm cool with more matches. Next, Noam Dar defeated Sean Maluda.
Pretty much it was a squash match to show off a little bit more of Noam Dar. They also really like to use Sean Maluda a lot too.
Yeah, this is like twice in last week. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah, good for Maluda, I guess. And Dar gets the win.
Yeah, this was a fine rebound win for Dar, showing that he's back on track following his recent loss and re-injury at the hands of TJP. In the main event, Hideo Itami defeated Mustafa Ali.
I did think this was a very good match. I also like the story they told with pretty much Hideo kicking the holy shit out of Ali. Pretty much Ali doesn't really get to walk away from this fight with Hideo, which is probably something Hideo actually needed. Because he can be a strong heel, and it is interesting to see what's going to happen with him going forward.
Yeah, I thought this was the match of the night. Would have been the match of the week if it wasn't for the time match.
Yeah.
I thought this was the best 205 Live main event. This felt like the 205 main events we've been having this year. I thought this was the best one since the Mustafa Murphy short fight. Yeah, it was a very good main event. With Tommy really digging his wrist side and showing some glimpses of the Kenta. May remember.
Yes.
Being a big fan of Kenta growing up, yes.
Yeah.
Well, I was.
You didn't hear about Kenta until Punk started doing the GTS.
I was a big fan of Punk, so I was a big fan of Kenta growing up. The match seemed to be kicking off a major story with Ali pointing off his recent hospital stay as desire to compete and be the hardest sold 205 Live. I thought that Nigel in particular was outstanding on commentary, bringing up the hospital stay, the fact that Ali looked a step slower than usual and that he was unusually winded. He was accurate, informative, and most importantly didn't hit you over the head with it for 16 minutes.
Yes.
He was also great as he almost accused Ali of competing with arrogance before turn to concern towards the finish when Ali got dizzy and Tommy was destroying him. Nigel was fucking great. Well,
okay. You just dropping the F-bombs.
Yeah, this was episode 2 of our Live. Was an all good show. Lucha House Fight versus Buddy Nese and Tony Murphy. That wasn't even tight, that was just me. Buddy Murphy and Tony Nese. Was really getting down with Noam Dar, picking on rebound win. 2 quality matches set for next week. Cedric Alexander versus Jack Gallagher, who's now on Pro Wrestling Tees. And, well,
okay.
Gallagher.
You order one shirt off Pro Wrestling Tees, now you know all Pro Wrestling
No, they
Tees.
sent me an email today for people that just opened stores this week.
Right.
And it was Gallagher, David Arquette, and Scott Steiner.
Alright.
Yeah, and a very good main event that seems to kick off a major story.
Yeah, it was a very solid episode of 205.
For Mustafa Ali. Also, Kira Tozawa with Leo Rush. That's the second match.
Yeah.
For next week. And the next video will be NXT review.
Yes. See you then.
Let's see that.